Hello, it's Albert Jackson with another episode of Man Cave Tips. Today I want to talk to you about something I recently thought I'd get into and tell you how I did it. And maybe it'll work for you. It's about different background colors using gels. This is what I purchased to do this. I got a cheap Altura. It's a UNV1 flash I'm going to use for the background. It's just a basic flash. Didn't see needing spending a lot of money on something that's just going to light a background. Doesn't matter if it zooms or anything. It just has power settings. Different power settings, but it does the job. And I got this is a relatively inexpensive flash, but I just don't see spending a lot of money on something I don't use very often. But this is a really good flash for the money. It's a Yongnuo, I think that's how you pronounce it, YN564. It's a manual flash, but it puts out a lot of light. Anyway, then I got these two together was about $100 for both of them. 69 for the Yongnuo, and well, $40 for this one. And I got these. It's a Saileen's lighting gels. They got like 20 different gel colors, so you make different background colors with them. In this today, I'm going to use the red for my example, but I'll show you pictures of different gels I used. But this video is going to be using the red one mainly. Also purchased a 6 feet by 9 feet Cowboy Studio backdrop. It's a gray. It's a dark gray. It's pretty dark gray. I did a lot of research online before I bought this stuff. All of it's fairly inexpensive because I don't have a lot of money, and all of them have really good reviews, so I'm not spending a lot of money on something I do just once in a while. But in this video, I'm just going to show you how I set it up. I haven't seen a lot of videos on how to change different colors on backgrounds. I've seen a couple of them, but they don't really go into really good detail on how to do that. Just to give you an idea, so you'll know what you're getting into, is you'll have to take 4 pictures before you start doing this. You kind of separate, I don't know how to put it, but you're going to take one picture. You want to get the exposure and the color that you want for the background by itself, separate from the subject that you're going to take the picture of. And then another picture you're going to have to take, you're going to have to take a picture of your subject and the lit background, but without any flash on the subject. So you want your subject to be dark to where the flash is what is producing the light. And then you want to take a picture of your subject and the light that's going to be lighting the subject, and make sure none of that light is going to spill to the background. If you get it to spill to the background's not going to look right. It's going to look washed out. And then your final picture will be with both the background and the subject lit, and hopefully it'll work out to where it separates the two. There's some tricks and things to use, but I'm going to give you a summary. It'll tell you exactly how I set it up. This is going to be done in a room by about 12 feet. 12 feet by about 12 feet by 12 feet, we'll say. If you got a room that size, you can use this setup to make different colors of backgrounds, and that's what this video is all about. Hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you need to or want to. I got plenty of videos out there, some on flashes, some on computer stuff. I got all kinds of different videos, so hope you enjoy this and have a wonderful day. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to take a picture to get your background correct. If you'll see, looking at the background, we've got a gray background, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trigger the background flash by using the pop-up on my camera. When you use the pop-up flash, what you want to do, I'm on a Nikon D5200, so your camera may be different as how you do this, but on mine you go into the menu and you go down to until you find flash, and then you'll find manual or control for built-in flash, and OK manual, and I set it to 1/16 of a power, 1/32, whatever. You don't want it interfering with the background picture, which it won't at 1/16 of a power, I found out. And then you want to shoot the picture, put your camera in manual, the lens part in manual mode. That way it won't try to focus on a gray background, because it will not focus, I promise you. There's nothing for it to focus on. And then just take a picture to see if your background is the shade that you want. And I shoot from the same distance as what I'm going to be shooting the picture in the beginning. I turned my flash on. I made sure that the pop-up didn't collect any background, and it didn't. And I've got my flash set to 3/4 of a power, or let's see, this thing doesn't really have a label on it. It's the second from the highest setting on the flash. It's a basic flash. I think this ought to be enough to light the background. Okay, that gave me for this test or this video, I'm using the red because it just shows what much of a difference it makes when you use this gel, how it can change the color of that background so quick, and it really did. It is red. Okay, and it looks about like the right power I want, the right amount of flash in the right place. You'll see that in the picture. Now we're complete with that. Now what we want to do is we're going to take a picture of the subject. We'll cut off the flash for the background. Don't want that in there. And you want to take a picture of the subject without any kind of flash, to make sure that the only thing that is producing a picture for the light is going to be your flash. Okay, initially the umbrella I can almost reach out and touch. It is 5 feet or 4 feet from my face, and what I'm going to do, this will give me a soft light, and I will look almost into the light. It won't. I've got the umbrella set up. If you don't want to get a reflection in glasses, you need to set your umbrella up a little bit higher. As you can see, I'll show you here. I've got the umbrella set up almost to the ceiling, so as high as I can get it. But now I want to take a picture without the flash on the background and with the flash right here, and I'm going to make, hopefully this will not, first of all I'm going to take a picture without the flash. And that way I've got my camera set to the f-stop of f8, and hopefully it will show a dark background and you won't see. I gotta set my camera so it'll fire remotely. Okay, I've got it set at 1/160 shutter speed, f8 at ISO 100, and hopefully it'll be so dark that you won't be able to see anything, and that way I'll know that the flash is what's producing all the light when I do take that picture. Now I look at that picture, completely black. That's what I wanted. Now, I'll turn my flash on. This is the main light. And hopefully it will get a picture of me and won't spill onto the background, because the background flash is not on. And it worked. So now we're ready for doing a combination. So what I have done is taken a picture of myself, no background in the picture, and now I'll turn the other flash on. We'll have both flashes one off, and we should have a red background if this all works. We'll have a picture of me with a red background and hopefully this will work. My flash is set at 1/4 power. This flash is set to the high setting. We're at f8, 1/160 shutter speed, and hopefully this will give us a picture. And voila, there we go. That's how you do a colored background. And there will be, if you'll look at the pictures, you'll see I've changed the colors. I used the same distance on all of them, Nothing changed except the color of the gel I put in. And that's what you can do if you're doing your own studio. Let me get where you can see me. If you're doing in your own studio, your conditions may be different by your camera, by the power of your flash. You may have to change a few things, but these distances should work for you as long as you do exactly what I did in this video. You should be able to create different colored backgrounds for different situations. I hope this helps you, and I'll give a little conclusion, kind of let's say like a summary of everything that I've done just now, so you can set your studio up to where it'll work for you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to show you how I've got this set up. You can see I've got a gray background right here, and over here is the light. Let me turn my camera so you can see. You have to excuse this messy room. It is a man cave, of course. Okay, now here's the backdrop, 6x9 gray. Over here, this is the light that is going to color the background. This is the Altura flash. It's a cheap $40 flash, but it does a job lighting the background. Okay, we'll just do some measuring. I've got the flash for the background from the center. It's aimed at the center, and it's approximately 5 feet from the backdrop, from the center of the backdrop. Now from the backdrop to the subject will be sitting right about there, is exactly 5 feet. Okay, now from the camera right here to the subject is exactly 5 feet. Okay, and from the umbrella up here, the 45-inch impact umbrella, from there to the subject, notice everything is centered around the subject. The front of the umbrella to the subject is 4 feet away. I did this experiment several times, so I know it works. I've got my camera set to f8, shutter speed 1/160, ISO 100. The white balance is set to daylight, or in my on my camera it's called cloudy, which is I've tested this and it's the same as daylight, and that gives you the perfect setup for coloring a background. I've tested this several times and it works. This is if you have a room. Let me get back here so you can see me. This is if you have a room that is sorry about that. This is if you have a room 12 feet, at least 12 feet in length. You're going to have 12 feet. I've measured it. It's 12 feet from the camera all the way to the background. It's 12 feet. So if you have if you're working in a small studio, this will be a setup that you could use if you want to use different color gels to change your background. We'll take a look at the pictures that I took and see what you think. Trying to think of something else I could tell you. I think in the introduction I've covered everything, but hopefully this will work for you. I really enjoy doing this. You'll see the different color backgrounds that I came up with and how they came out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel, and happy shooting out there. Have fun. That's what it's all about.